I'm so full from players. Yum! Let's go talk to a rabbit. So, if you're just tuning in, we had a great stream. Spoilers abound. In the last one, we fought what was billed as our main ultimate evil that we were going to have to fight for over 6 years in this game. So now we have another 50+% of the game to go, so let's see how things go. Yo, this is Living Way. That's Cooking Way. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we've created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. Learned about all the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received. But yeah, these little dudes are supposed to assist us as we use the moon as a ship to leave our current planet that is not doing too well. So they're like, we have prepped everything. We know how food works and other such things. I woke up at 9 and my queue was only 600 and it still took an hour. I don't know how 600 takes an hour. That's insane. I guess it depends on internet and stuff, because an hour for me is like crunching through 2,500. You open the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. Which carrot will you choose? The unassuming orange, the peculiar blue, the vibrant yellow, the ominous crimson. The ominous crimson. The soft texture and redolent aroma of the crimson creation belie its staggering weight. The excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as to the nature of the carrot. I'm sorry for people who are dealing with really rough queue times. It sucks. Are you certain you wish to eat this carrot? Put it in my mouth. Put it in my mouth right fucking now. On second thought, you would like to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat. This is fucked up. I was ready. I was ready to show off my fat nuts and just eat it. I'm eager to hear what you think of our work. I'm sure there's some small room for improvement, but I'm confident you'll be satisfied. Here, carrot. Ah yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites. Please dig in. Eat the obscenely large carrot. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. The carrot is oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, a rich aroma fills your nostrils. Newfound vigor begins welling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion. What do you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The iron carrot can be difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it promises makes it a perfect meal before a day of heavy lifting. We have plenty of other varieties: bleeding carrots for blood flow, dream carrots for sleep. You see, we have a carrot for every occasion. Is this the moon? Yeah. I can definitely see demand for this in Sharlayan. What is that place? I take it you two had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else. If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Neferis? Surely you're aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course, well, it was only recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle, so imagine our surprise when they sent us a amount of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss of where to begin. We decided rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, we devote it to the most perfect food. Man can't live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting? I suppose we could. But our primary concern was efficiency and me using a bottle to hit my own microphone by accident. A strange approach? I agree, Thancred. It was a strange approach for me to do that. Let's move that over there. Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we're all named the Old Tongue. You know, the otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language, adverbs, grunds, present, continuous verb, conjugations. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks, used them to form new names. This explains a great deal. Wherefore didst thou deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Yeah, I think the pacing in this is really funny, where you fucking fight Zodiark, and then 15 minutes later you're doing this. If you should decide to preserve form, blah, 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 blah. Until such a day, when I pray come sooner than later, it would appear there is not but carrots on the menu. Yeah, I think we're fucked. I think we've had our fill of carrots. Let's move on to other necessities. Our clothing production is sure to impress. Yeah, on the way to this quest, I made sure to avoid the enemies. I'm like, that's 84. This dude's too scary. Oh, fuck. I didn't know they were gonna play the classic theme. I'm losing my fucking mind. Jesus Christ, they're so good. It's always that that fucking activates my nuts. Also off screen I got the remaining what is it? Aether currents for Garlemald just for funsies. I was noticing all the other zones you totally can't because there's a large chunk of them we haven't even explored yet. Here we are, the Apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task. Creation magics. Hydaelyn, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the selfsame affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I'll regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. We discovered crystallized aether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra viz we needed. How resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You'll be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession for the sake of efficiency, I presume. Has also been taken into account. But why take my word for it when you can try on our clothes? Make yourself known to the workers and they'll see to the rest. I must speak to a restless loperate. I assume all this close shit ain't gonna work out when you earlier thought that we would be 7 times the size that we currently are. Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Aetheris. Goodness me, Mappingway wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Oh right, you're here to try on a set of clothes. What would you have me fashion? An outfit that embodies my bloodlust. Embodies your what? This'll take a moment. Yeah, this sounds about right. I'd be lying if I know what bloodlust is, but I assume it's something you enjoy. Well, you look at that, speechless, and there I thought you may not like it. If you have a mind to try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? They'd be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments to progress. You will change back to normal if you move too far away. Speak to the restless Lopper to restore or prolong garment change. Well, I guess that's what we have to deal with. Then we will deal with it. Ah, there's a jubilant one up there. Ah, no one said you'd be coming. Want to try my clothes? I'm looking for clothes with an altogether different design. I think it can handle that. This should do. Oh my god. Some of my best work yet. You're a strange one, aren't you? I wasn't sure what to do when you didn't ask for something specific. So I thought of the most ugly combo I could make. I was worried how the concept would turn out, but it looks stunning on you. Why don't you go show Livingway? You must continue to wear this garbage. Speak with Livingway while wearing your new attire. Ah, they put like a pink square on this spot. That's funny. They're like, you can only stay. This is the area of influence. My, don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh, you needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon, and we lopperits in your eyes. No doubt, your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations. Oh no. We both wear basically the same thing. We're slowly becoming a fucking Sentai team. The only cool thing is our face masks. If anything, the real winner here is Urianger with his fucking metallic paint job on his fucking shoes and arms. I was so confident they'd meet your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that in his time, everyone wore the same robes, and to do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring them to specific professions. No, fucking no wonder. Fucking everyone wore the same boring shit. You mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Aetheris, they will most likely have need of your attire. It's clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand we are not quite so homogenous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my taste, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose clothes may be influenced by traditions or personal experiences and stuff. And some people don't wear underwear. Oh, that's kind of weird. I bet Arianje doesn't. That probably makes sense. There are some who might agree. People who prefer to keep others at arm's length even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. The plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Like the first? Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love of Aetheris and the salvation of the people on that star and that star alone. That's the whole thing I've been thinking this entire time, is that they said, if our star goes out, literally all the other reflections go. And all they're planning now is to leave. So it sounds like, you know, it's over. Which means we need to stop this, or else fucking Ryan's just gonna die. Or Reen, rather. Sorry, I just happened to look off to the side and I see Ultima making a wonderful tweet. Did you know that Baiken from Guilty Gear is one-handed in reference to her player base who also plays one-handed? I'm like, God fucking damn it. My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy. Everyone's been talking about the visitors that came from Aetheris. And I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetheris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. But wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles. Check it out. Check out your private domicile, bitch. When I'm brain damaged enough that I'm like, what do I know domicile from? Breaking Bad. When they revealed her on CEO right now, someone in the crowd was having an attack. With good reason. They didn't have to wait nearly as long this time for her to pop in. It's great. You're finally here. What should I call you? Reyna Felgrand, eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Reyna, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area whenever you're ready.
Ready in the teleporter.
Huh?
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Oh yeah, they're reconstructing it because they were making him to be as big as the Watchers that are much bigger than us. Uh-oh.
A private audience, as thou didst request. For reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
Yeah, we'd probably head back to Sharlayan then.
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Or quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up.
Impressive run.
It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
Urianger just leaving with his people. Excuse me. I'm dying. Shame you couldn't see him, yeah. Are we gonna fade out? Oh, you're gonna have trouble between the upper and lower floors of Bestway's Burrow by the teleporter. Saiga skin trousers of maiming. Yeah, they're like baggy pants. Which in a way, like, alright. But I like the little mini skirt thing we got going on. All's veil that ends veil. Runningway is keen to put his recent mishap behind him. Each time we woke up, we had a long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was the people of Atheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're trying to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they can hop the chance to visit. Why do you have enemies inside your vessel? By the way, probably not gonna get details on that one. The bunny's working real hard. Look, we're already getting like fucking aether current shit. Carrots, it's what's for dinner. Okay, they want me heading down. My legs are numb. Okay. Ow. They're just trying to take care of you by, you know, making you rest forever. Hello, Growing Way. Good you're here. Through this door is greatest End's Vale. It was named as such because it's the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Etheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. This doesn't really seem like a forest. I guess those are some meant to be like trees. This looks better than a forest though. This has got like neon glowy stuff. How long did it take you to get in? Just over 2 hours, but that was earlier. That was like 3 or 4 o'clock. Yeah, it was like 4:30, I think. 4:30 to 5. My queue was like 4,900. And toward the end, I kept getting 2002 to the degree where I'm like, oh, fuck, are they going to reset me? But thankfully, they did not. They said peak for North America is 12 to 10 p.m. Yeah, I might do something where I do a very short sleep, wake up, and queue at like 9 in the morning. And then do like a really long session that way tomorrow. Just checked and my queue's 5k. Yeah, I was just under 5k on mine. It's rough. Fucking Cheese got to position 1 in the queue and then got fucking 2002 and kicked to the back of the line to 5,000. It was rough. Tis as transcendent as bearing your face in a chocobo's plumage and taking a good long whiff. Might put an alarm for 4 a.m. and YOLO it. Yeah. I can see that. A lot of people seem to have good odds in the morning, and I'm like, sure, I'll try that. Let's see, a stretch. That's the spirit. Please accompany me. I was thinking, Reyna, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark. And there was nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hydaelyn gave us our first task, furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel across the universe. Sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hydaelyn shared. We also have a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. Anyway, let's keep going. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable systems until the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? Certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. Had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't even be operational until hundreds of years later. I'm level 85. We're on 84 quests at the moment. Thank you for the hum. So, do you notice anything in particular about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to the sun. The sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather a close approximation. Yeah, you're gonna want to be like a night owl for this type of thing. I'd be more bent out of shape about the queue times, the waiting and the errors and stuff, but it's mostly just been long waiting on my side and just reloading. But I'm willing to forgive it a little bit just because of how good the actual product has been. I'm like, whatever. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Hydaelyn would find someone who would help us. And she did. And though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. Yeah, it feels like the only bad thing is the bottleneck of the login system for this. And like everything when you're actually in the game is perfectly, like, fine. Where it's like, there's no problems here. It's just their login shit's bad. So once you get in, you're like safe. Oh, is this about the teleport to the residential area? Never mind that, we have more pressing matters. I'll be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Yeah, imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you're all more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now come along, Growing Way. They spent 12,000 years preparing for this? With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. Remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities, they will meet a great deal of resistance. Even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There's another matter which yet begs mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. No, I have to go do things alone. You know, this is kind of like my thing. Yo, what's up, Oomphy? 'Tis clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Atheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and the reflections and the trillions of people across all of them. It's like, oh yeah, you're so smart. Yo, what's up, Thancred? Back to old tricks. By now, Thancred can tell when his friends are up to something. Did Urianger seem strange? You know, like more than usual? I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Go check on him. Like, literally right now. Like go do that now. I spy our man-whore. Seems to be heading toward the entrance to Bestway's burrows. Surveying. Huh. I guess he's leaving. Okay, looks like we'll be tailing him. I can't be here for long, but check Deep Council of Great Evils there because of you and Pete. Pete? Oh shit, yeah, fucking. Okay, let me do that. Let me check that. Let me see this really quickly. Oh my fucking god. Hey Chad, did you see the thing on Twitter today? Did you see that really important thing that happened today? In which fucking goddamn it, I'm gonna lose this fucking objective, but it's all fucking worth it. Fucking Alta dropped a grilled cheese on the fucking floor. And someone's like, can you edit this meme image? There's a lot more to it. Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm trying to focus a little bit because it's a tailing mission I'd rather not lose. God gives the funniest battles to his silliest soldiers. Okay, we did it. All right, let me look at this. Let me look at this image some more. What the?
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
I'm losing over the line going over the bread. It's killing me. All right, we're in a voice scene.
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Livingway, I presume?
I was mad distracted, but thank God.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy? And duplicity. And Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the Scions robbed of a dear comrade and Flamine, her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives. Ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction.
Urianger has dealt with a lot.
Who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians.
I appreciate them remembering Moonbreeda.
In her hour of need, I did naught.
Like, she's been dead since, like, 2.4.
Ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those you can.
Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of my own, a plan which may pave way forward for us all. May, I say, for there's no guarantee of success. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity. So I ask, would you join me? Yes. You in fact also gave me shoes. I appreciate that. Yeah, these ain't that bad. What different dyes do they do? Yeah, do that. I can get some gloves out of it. Simple plan. We shall not be long away from Bestway's burrow. Difficult decisions need to be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we're all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Atheris. To make clear our resolve to the Loporrits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Okay, he's gonna cast a spell, and we're like gonna defeat any enemies that appear. Standing watch will require us to stand in this spot. Ooh. Others also want a piece. Alright, let's survey. Surveying the nearby area, no sign of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to check on Ariander. Hello! Fixated in his work. magic ink every ounce. Rare is the occasion I conjure my own, but nevertheless the most useful skill. Okay. Ishtal's been looking all over for you. Says needs to speak with you about something urgent. Dire, even. Dire, that's not good. She was clear she wishes to speak with Reyna alone. Okay. That's convenient. Suspiciously convenient. Are you insinuating I've betrayed the trust of Heidelin's chosen, or worse? Do anything to risk getting on Ishtal's bad side? She's not one to be crossed. Worry not, I shan't be long. Yeah, actually, yeah, we just thumb over like that. If there's one complaint I should have given to their people, I'm like, you should have installed baby Aetherite things so we could warp around here. These rabbits, I swear. They miss all the important things of the modern age. Oh, we thought you'd be away for far longer. I was told to meet you. No, but as you're here, I could use your assistance. Runningway, a companion of Growingway, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. But he's determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough to hold a conversation. Guess we'll have to find some way to slow him down. Yeah, it's not a city, tragically. Search your surroundings for Runningway. Move the camera and then throw moose balls with R2 or the cross button. I'm seeing walking, but not running. You! That's smart. This is meant as a joke, it's not funny. Yes, I'm Runningway. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable of the final days. That's the most ridiculous thing I heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do. I have great news, everyone. The quest was worthless. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. You know, I found him. He didn't know anything. So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? I misremembered. What of Urianger? He's being taken for a ride. Between Growing Way's sudden lapse of memory and our other lack of leads, maybe it's time better spent lending Urianger a hand. Heart of the matter. He's fidgeting with nervous energy. I promised Livingway I would help, but... I promised I'd help, and that's what I'll do. The archives on the second floor of the main plaza eastern wing. Okay. Yeah, they're clearly up to something. They're really bad at trying to waste my time. I'll say. But you can tell that they're definitely finished. We're almost done with this zone because they keep dropping content unlock quests here. So it's like we're almost at that point where it's like, yeah, you can get all the Aetherite. You're set to go. So I imagine we'll be hitting a conclusion of some sort here. I don't think they're evil. No, they're just doing something stupid, potentially. I don't think it's anything evil. Hop, 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 hoop, hip, hey, ha, hey, The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. Guess we'll just have to go and find another... Growing Way enough. If you've not else to tell us for the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here. Did you yourself not tell us we must act quickly? We did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise, and we're running out of time to make it ready. We'd hoped you see the wonders, but you found nothing but faults and flaws. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. Ah, so that's the game. Run us in circles. Failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what's at stake, what must be done. I fear you misjudged us. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a plan of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetheris and the reflections to their doom. So I'd like to try and avert that. Well, why would you take that risk? No room for ifs and maybes now. The people will escape here to the moon and it'll be good. We can't let you leave, we can't. Do what we must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment, don't do anything rash. I'm going to kill them. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, make our way to the exit. It's okay, I can keep going, little guys. And there's Growing Way. Oops. Alright, let's get out of here. Ooh, an Aether Current. Too far away, my ass. Come on. Trying to remember what's a proper exit here, if there's like a door there. Yeah, I guess it would have to be this thing up here. I was just double checking. Hey, Ishtal, did you brutally murder any rabbits while I was gone? We must hurry to the Watcher's place and fight Arianje.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing. We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, bright possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly. To serve and serve well. That goes for all of us. Don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singingway, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. Deep and abiding significance.
He's trying real hard on this one.
One perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words.
Jesus Christ. Speech 100.
Application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee.
What is that?
Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it.
Do I drink it? No, do not.
The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Livingway's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
I will drink it. No, stop.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home.
Yeah, sorry, we're not leaving.
Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
Oh, hello. I got it into Sharlayan. How very like Heidelin to give you that mood ring flower. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions remain a mystery even to us. In our time, we called it Elpis. Do well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Sharlayan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
Pretty obvious.
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have
Other
kept
games
Thavnair
would have
and the
had them
others
say
waiting
it,
long enough.
and we would have been like, what? No, wait, it was them? It's like, thank God. Twas a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It'll be no easy task to prepare them for what needs to be done. But gladly do I embrace this duty, even if doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Returning home. Alright, our time in the moon's done. It's time to head back that way to that big glowing ball. Speak to Thancred at the Nether Gate. Ew. Also ew. Be gone. Moon has been completed at level 84. Yeah, it's really funny when you think about it. It's like, there's not much going on here except for, you know, the inside there, basically. Maybe some spot here I missed. But yeah, that's the moon. Onward to other things. Looks like the last zone's gonna be something exciting. Scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone's going on. True, last time we were here, fucking Van Daniel and them released another set of those tempered dudes. We got some casualties and injured people out of the whole thing. Thank you, Action Economy. Thank you so much for the raid. Well, chat, I did this off screen, so I guess we can head off. Made sure to get the ethereal, you know, wind shit, so we're good. We got those currents. Is this the world's famous MMORPG Mabinogi? Nope. I feel like they'll want to solve the end of day stuff in Endwalker itself. That way they can have something completely fresh to start for the next thing. Yakko Taro is the final boss. Never heard of him. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. Before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in custody, the number requiring care grew a lot. The inclement conditions have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, so we petitioned the aid of allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance. Is that real proffer? Or is that a typo? Either way, fuck it. With the assistance of your fellow Scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of the tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatments have begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until the patients have recovered. Julius was one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos, so not for Alpha Node and Alice's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be here. Well, that's good. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what happened here, it'll take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. Cool! For our mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as you expected and experienced in Thavnair. Those who were trapped within have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten the endeavor, the beast tribes have received instructions and the magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porksy affords her so many visitors. Well, this solved a lot of our problems. We're grateful for our ongoing efforts. The fact that they're like, alright, all the towers are gone, means they can really go far out in whatever we need to do next. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force, to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. Congrats on surviving Q-Hell. The Empire may be no more. I mean, there's still a lot to do. I believe that accounts for recent events here. What of the moon and Talaferoy? We killed Zodiark. There are rabbits. There's they made the moon a spaceship. We can go there should we need to. The final days, gods. I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There's still much we don't know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Will you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow Scions from their present duties, that they may return to Sharlayan. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Xenos is not dead. Fandaniel fell into the place where Zodiark was being unsealed, fused with him. We defeated Zodiark. Then he's like, I'm gonna kill myself to destroy Zodiark itself, which will then trigger the end of the world, as Zodiark was summoned to be able to deal with the various elements of the Earth, allowing them to flow properly. So since he's dead, all of them are gonna stop flowing and then the planet's gonna die. Xenos managed to avoid this, said Zodiark was cringe and he needs to find something much stronger than that to fuse with to be able to defeat us. And have a cool fight with us and shit. Which is really funny because he was charged up and stuff, so he already seemed pretty strong. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one. And even if my men found him, who could even hope to bring low that monster? Well, on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he's been declared as Xenos Viator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. I mean, yeah, all he did was serve to cause problems. Fandaniel's no more, and now his own people turn against him. Seems he's not but his bloodlust. Better than an army, let's see it stated. At any rate, I will not keep you any longer. Go back to Sharlayan. I love fucking Field's tweet of, give Dragon Ball FighterZ rollback next. I will give you $60 again for it, Namco. I'm a fucking idiot. Don't underestimate that. Bad news. You got to go back to British Reddit. Oh no, I am infinitely more interested in going back to Sharlayan now that we know exactly what they were doing. Makes me interested in what conversations we could be having. We can also reconvene with other characters like Kryl, who weren't allowed to come with us because of, you know, the problems that could sprout from that. Ah, yes, this is an actual city, no mountain. Also, Sharlayan's gorgeous. This is always a big bump heading out over here. I keep noticing these weird portals. I feel like they're plot related. Not you, you. Welcome back. We were terribly worried. Though it is plain, I have caused my own fair share of worry. Heidelin called me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. Reaper skill? Oh, it's their dash. Okay, I was wondering what the fuck that was. What came after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, all aches and frostbite. Exhausted of Aether. So exhausted I could only laugh. It was in that moment I understood Raha's wariness from the Tower of Zot. But that I could laugh at a time like this, though. We prevent Zodiark from being unleashed upon the world. Curious to know what else took place. We killed Zodiark, but killing Zodiark is going to make the planet die. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? Nope. Duty keeps him away, though Raina can explain way better than I. Blah, blah, blah. All those things that we already saw. You remember them. The final days, as befell Emirat. And we were to escape by the moon? What of the source and its reflections? I've no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do we stop it? Unfortunately, we got no answers on that. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case at the time of Emirat, the solution would be to alter the flow throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiark, sacrificing half of the star's population in the doing. But it should go without saying that we can't do that. Which leaves us the daunting task of identifying an underlying catalyst of the final days, a feat which even the Emiratians could not accomplish. We found no clues in Mare Elementorum. There's still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Emiratians' creation magics. But we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallels with the events of the past, and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the form. Having worked with the Loperates in secret all this time, there is surely more they can tell us. Urgent news! The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza. Some sort of announcement. Likely they know about the moon events. I love that they give the Sharlayan Forum, particularly Alpha Note and Alice's dad, this track. The one that goes, woo! It's great.
Order, order, I say. I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
They can now fully speak about all those things they couldn't speak about.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself.
Oh.
She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children, and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
At least like 45 minutes.
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be.
Everyone's allowed on my moon. On the moon except my children. Holy
to
shit.
See our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
True, we can have a moment. You can stab him in the penis. Good cop, bad cop.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Oh.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex. To prepare for tomorrow.
Good talk, everybody. Feels good that we've established that. I was wondering what they were gonna do with the forum there, whether we were gonna collaborate or something. But I was like, if they're with the plan for the rabbits, we're not gonna get much headway over there. It's like, all right, we know they're doing their work. We'll just be slightly less antagonistic as we get ready to do other shit. Let's get some rest. Sleep. Time for rest. Is it time for us to talk to Godwoman or something? What are we doing? Moon. Ugh. Uh-oh. Is this a vision or are we happening now? Help. Help. Okay. Alright. That's when the final days truly come out. My Q hell is currently under 1K. Hold fast. You got this. Estanian, is that you? That's dope as hell. As soon as I saw the camera cut, I'm like, yes, they are loading. They're loading whoever you choose. That's fucking great.
Thought now would be a wonderful time to pay a visit to my chambers. Rather than listen to them bicker over tonight's snacks and tomorrow's plans, I seized the first opportunity to make my escape. To their credit, they decided against intruding on your peace and quiet.
I can't deal with casual fucking Estinian, by the way. This is... God, so many people are going to be going insane over this man's titties.
Can all be a bit exhausting at times, can't it? I wasn't sure what to make of you at first. During the Dragon Song War, how quick you were to take up a cause not your own. But I came to see that is simply the way of you and yours. I will not pretend to understand this talk of ancient primals and the final days. But I trust in your judgment and choose to believe in your cause. You and Alphino have my lance, now and always.
This remix is so good.
You'll need it. Rack and ruin looming on the horizon. Calamity bearing down upon us. There's no place I'd rather be than here. Standing shoulder to shoulder with friends on the front line. So do not hesitate to send me against your enemies. I'll make them rue the day they met me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I could do with a little air. If Alphino asks, I was never here.
He's like, I'm just gonna jump the window, I'm gonna be honest.
Until the morrow.
I went back to this cutscene repeatedly to get all the interactions before I did anything else. Is it really easy to, like, thumb your way through them? Because I know you can use that book, but can you, like, skip things so you can get to the choice real fast? Because, I'm gonna be honest, I have some interest.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsabar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Cool.
I heard the same. Commander
Cutscene
Aldin
2
and
of
his
the last
troops
quest.
helped keep
Okay.
casualties to a minimum too.
That's like an inns, right?
But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
Alright, we might just
As
straight up do
Commander
that after
Aldin
this.
tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Uh-oh. Is that a Rogadin head spliced on a human body? No, that's just an Alamegan. It looks... Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's Aaronville.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here?
I wonder how early they decided to do on Male Vieira, because Aaronville's been in a decent amount
you
of
alright?
stuff early on.
Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more.
I guess... Are these like tempered victims that just become demons, or...?
The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat has abated. Yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Ugh. Oh, fuck. Seems purposeful for it to start melting at Razadhan. This track, though. Let's, I'll retire to our room. I imagine all the inn-related things will be inside there. So, is it the unending journey? Looks like it, yeah. Endwalker. Cutscene number 2, it looks like. Oh, yeah, because the other things were part of that quest, I assume. Alright, so we're gonna see all the variations of the scene that we can get. Because we like these characters. We would like to hear them speak. I imagine if I hit skip here, I'll lose out on choices, so I guess we'll watch this thing happen each time. Yep, okay, cool. That's fine. This is a lot better than I thought it was gonna be, where I was like, am I gonna have to, like, skip 2 cutscenes and walk over to a place? Okay, so our other options are Graha, Ishtola, Thancred, Alize, and Alphinaud. We'll do Thancred next. But yeah, this camera cut immediately told me the game's like feeding a choice. Like a Telltale game or something. I was like, that's great.
Evening. I hoped you hadn't crawled beneath the covers just yet. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I have a favor to ask. Don't worry. Nothing desperate or dire, if that's what you were wondering. Not yet. You know, we may have quite literally entered our final days. The ancients went so far as to call it that for a reason. If so, then everything we did for Reen, for the first, will have been meaningless. And I can't accept that. I just can't. My mind won't allow for the possibility. And that could be a problem. When we're in the thick of it, I don't know if I've got it in me to be pragmatic this time. To run. Even if running's the right choice. The only choice. So if you see me turning a blind eye to the harsh reality, beat some sense into me, would you? I trust you and the other Scions with my life. And I'd like to think the feeling is at least occasionally mutual. And I'd never forgive myself if my stubbornness put them in danger. Gods, listen to me. Beginning to sound like the father I never had. So, can I count on you to keep me in line? I can think of no one else more eminently qualified.
Don't worry, I punch things all the time.
Excellent. Now I can breathe a bit easier. Which isn't to say that I will, given what we're up against. Let's keep this little chat our secret. I'd rather not have anyone scolding us for burning the midnight oil.
Yeah, I figured his entire scene was going to be about that. It's going to be about essentially his stepchild will die if we fail here. Oh, nice. They even bring me back here. Very convenient. See, I thought I was going to have to do skipped cutscene prompts on other parts, but no, we can actually just immediately pop back in here. I get to watch the apocalypse like 5 times. And we'll be rewarded with delightful more character moments from all these guys. By the way, the rest of the endings after the door closes are similar. Yeah, I figured. That time just now, I was like, I'm gonna test it, and then we're just gonna skip as soon as that door closes. But this is good. I want to soak up every morsel of this with our lovely comrades. Alright, Alphinaud.
I hope I didn't wake you. I pray you will forgive the unannounced visit, but I wish to speak with you before retiring for the night. About Garlemald, and the time we spent with the people of Tertium. Dangerous though it was, I'm glad we had the opportunity to treat with Eulus and Quintus. I was worried what might happen after we were collared. If they attempted to restrain you too. If they succeeded. Once more, I put you in harm's way. And for that, I must apologize. Or rather, I should thank you for trusting in me time and time again. After all our journeys together, I dare say I've used every expression imaginable to convey to you my gratitude. Nevertheless, I hope these words of mine still carry some small weight. Tomorrow, our fight continues. Mayhap it would have been better to seek you out after we have true cause for celebration. But having mustered the courage to stand up to Father and achieve a personal victory of sorts, I wanted to carry on in that spirit before my nerves got the better of me. The hour grows late, and you doubtless tire of my ramblings. I have a letter for Orenvold to finish, but we'll be off to bed shortly. Sleep well.
Punchy fist. You have a good one, Alfie. I forgot that my fan's position that if I turn to my left, I'm like, oh, air. Ooh. Ooh. You'll be heading to bed after I see all these versions. That's fair. It's already late.
Craving a midnight snack, were you? I did consider bringing a few sweets, but decided this wasn't an appropriate occasion.
You could have. You could have brought, like, donuts.
I couldn't sleep. Had a few things on my mind. I know it's late, so I'll try not to talk your ear off. It's Xenos. I keep thinking back to Garlemald when he'd taken control of your body. An altogether terrifying experience, to say the least, and one that served as a harsh reminder. No one, no matter how strong or quick or clever, is invincible. Not even you. And as much as it might seem at times that you are, one misstep, one mistake, and that's that. Which is why, even though I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, I'm going to tell you to take better care of yourself. Because you really, really should. It goes without saying that we're all committed to this fight. But that doesn't mean that we need to throw our lives away. You know how I feel about noble sacrifices. Right. That's settled. We'll be keeping the acts of gratuitous bravado to a minimum. When I looked Father in the eye and swore we'd find a way to avert this tragedy, it wasn't a promise just for him. It was a promise for you, too.
She's like S tier oomphy. She's up there in the top tier alongside Urianger and Astidian. How often must I see the world burn? 2 more times. Actually, 1 more time counting this. Meow.
You're still awake. Good. Might I trouble you to stand still for a moment? Nothing appears out of the ordinary. A precautionary measure. You will recall that serving as a vessel for abundant light in the First very nearly ended poorly. In your recent battle on the moon, you were almost certainly exposed to similar, if not greater, forces. Fortunately, from what I can see, you and your ether are none the worse for wear. Would that Reen were here to confirm my assessment. To think you actually found yourself in a direct confrontation with Zodiac. As if Xenos gallivanting about in your body was not misfortune enough. Did you so grossly offend every single deity in a past life that they saw fit to place a curse upon your soul? Forgive me. That was in poor taste. I recall vividly how battered and broken it was in the depths of Amarant. Would that you could have seen it with your own eyes. Mayhap then you would understand why the greater part of me is glad you did not. It was a horror beyond description. Promise me you will be careful, that you will seek my counsel if you feel unwell. That puts my heart at ease, if only a touch. I suspect it will grow colder as the night wears on, so do be sure to stay warm. Sleep well. May the shadows keep you.
Yeah, she is very much max mom mode. Alright, we talk to our mom. Talk to nice girl, talk to big dad. Talk to everybody. All this leaves left is cat husband.
Oh, apologies. I didn't mean to... If you could spare a moment before bed.
Yes,
Thank
please
you.
come in.
I fear this may be the last quiet night we have to talk for quite some time. I am troubled of late. Unwarranted concerns, perhaps. I hope. Nevertheless, I feel compelled to share them with you. Though you have bested your enemies thus far, Xenos and even Zodiac, your victories have come at a considerable cost to yourself. No one is without their limits, and you are no exception. I worry the added weight of the final days will prove more than you can bear. It is surely too much for any one woman. But you needn't bear it alone. Let me share your burden. My, carrying capacity pales in comparison to yours, but I could still help. Shoulder the occasional satchel from your ever-growing mountain of, baggage.
You have already done so much to help relieve me of mine own encumbrances. 'Tis only fair that I repay you in kind. Of course, it needn't be only troubles we share. Moments of joy may seem few and far between now, but there will come a time when we look back fondly on this journey. The inquiry at the Forum, our march through the snows of Garlemald, our impromptu dinner in this very room. All of it. And that is to say nothing of the journeys yet to come, to the ends of the world and beyond. But tomorrow will be no less busy than today, and I've kept you from your rest long enough. Sleep well, my friend.
Yeah, these were all so good. I love that Estini is the only one who has a completely different ending of. I don't want to run into them at all. I'm leaving through your window. Well, chat, that was a funny 25 minute excursion where we met with all of our friends. Good night, True Warrior Jack. This track has been making me scared. Skies aflame. Tataru is furrowing her brow in consternation. I'm afraid we've received another call for assistance from Razat Han. The others have assembled in the main hall. Also, we should equip our gloves and hat. How's the helm look? Oops, I should do this display, I guess. It's like some like guard. Some like guard for the face. Hold up, is it like a visor? No. Ah, there you are. Our worst fears have come to pass, but moments ago we received grim tidings from our contact at Razat Han. Vile beasts have appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say the very sky burns above them. Good gods, are the final days already upon us? It would appear so. Sadly, that is all the information we have at present. No doubt the people at Razat Han are busy fighting for their lives. Then we must go at once. Agreed. You'd best remain here with Tataru to gather what knowledge you can. You're in no condition for the long journey. Yeah, you Heideland quite recently. Very well, similar phenomena may have been observed elsewhere, and if so, we must know about it at once. I do wonder if they're going to stick it to these newer zones, if they're going to make us do some sort of a world tour. First, let's make it to Yedlmod. Let's prepare ourselves for what may lie ahead. Alright, back to Thavnair.
And lo, vile beasts did rise.
Oh, man. Not good.
Leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash. Sun scorches earth and boils seas. And our sins ascend unto the heavens. 3 dooms to unmake all we were.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the Isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Radzat-Han themselves transformed into these baleful fiends. Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The large one's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
And what of Vritra?
Vritra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people. I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Garlemald. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
You didn't see it, but I also shook my head up and down as well. Check the weather icon. Oh, I did not. See, this is why they're so good. They have that type of shit. Apocalypse is the weather for right now. Forecast says apocalypse. Everyone is assembled, yes. I thank you for lending your aid in our battle against the blasphemy. Let's review our plan of attack. How about have you board the boat and circle around to the north side of the island? There you'll find a dense jungle we call the Vanaspati. Vritra and the Radiant Host have gone there ahead of us. I ask that you join them. Estinian will probably brofist with the dragon. Things will go well. When they said Vanaspati, I'm like, oh, that's going to be another part of the zone. Not a dungeon. At no point did I expect that to just pop like that. Holy shit. I was not ready for a dungeon to actually pop right now. What cracked pacing. The skies over Thavnair are aflame and panic spreads throughout the populace like wildfire. One by one, civilians are twisted into grotesque fiends. Hells bent on slaughtering everything in sight. The deadliest of these creatures leads its newly spawned kin through the jungle towards a number of smaller settlements, and as such, Awan has dispatched his Radiant Hosts to forestall the carnage through Vritra. 2. Lends his strength to the cause, even that may prove insufficient, and thus do the Scions enter the fray. Yep, I'm just gonna queue in. I know trusts are a cool thing, but I'm pretty much always gonna default to real people for a dungeon. About to do the second trial. This game is peak fiction. Yeah, it is. The game would have to do something truly heinous to me to get on my bad side. The fact that they're like, here's a brand new track for traversing Razat Han and Thavnair during the apocalypse. I guess I'll promote the stream. Where would that be? I think it's like buried with other shit. Ah, here it is. Alright, so we got a wait time of 15 minutes. What to do until then? And how much I really can do. Could do like trashy quests, but nah. It got better, holy shit. I appreciate you not spoiling. I'm very excited to continue through this. The game just keeps getting better. The only part that I would describe in this as slow is everything dealing with the naming ways on the moon, and that's mainly because we're kind of just winding down from the events of fighting Zodiark. Let's go, baby! Ah. It's doing that classic thing where it doesn't actually retain what I say. There we go. Have to be polite and say hello to our party members. Yo, we got a sage. Yeah, also crescendo with Urianger, proving that he's like one of, if not the best, one of the best Scion character. Let me see. Yes. Alright, so it looks like we have a 100% threat. Yeah, no one has run this before, so.
These are children of Thavnair. Forgive me. I could do them no harm.
This type of 14 content is better than any other, in a way. Because literally no one engaging with this has played this before. So we get to fucking fully figure it out. Man, all the sage effects look really cool. Make sure to keep an eye on what's going on in the dungeon with the JPs going out. JPs? NPC, okay.
I shall silence the beasts of the air. Pray continue onward.
You got this, Virtra. Ugh. Okay, this may be our first time, but, fucking our paladins, the super chads, like, I have no problem pulling, like, multi-group. Which, I don't know if that necessarily seems like the best idea, but whatever. If the sage can do it, the sage can do it. Granted, our tank seems to be dying horribly, but, yeah, Virtra is also a spawn of Midgar Somer. We had some extended conversations with him, talked about the war and everything. He's essentially the real ruler of Razanhan in a way. And the main actual guy is kind of like a figurehead in a way. Because it'd be weird if he were like, oh, it's a dragon doing stuff. Okay. That clears that up, and it's time for the first boss. It's a man who's about to transform. It's too late for us. Too late for us all. Whoa. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It picked me for a second, I think. Okay, I actually don't have to target him with that shit. I was like, am I gonna give him my tether? But I don't have that even up yet. The banger about to play here. Oh my god, these mouths. Oh, those... Okay, they do vuln stacks. Okay, time to dodge whatever's coming next. Mouth off. This one's not saying anything. Oh, okay. So pick the awful teeth texture that isn't actually talking. That's kind of inventive, I guess. Uh-oh, we're confused. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh, nice. It actually moved me where we needed to go. I see. You still have to be mindful about dodging, even if you go toward one that isn't speaking. Yep, let's not stack. Oh, I fucking hit that button. Let's ignore that. Oh no! Yes, please move that way. Please move that way. Faster, please. Faster, please. Faster, faster, faster. Ah, damn it. We just barely got hit by it. It looks like we stay back here. Okay, everyone's good on the uptick. I would hope so. It's only the first boss. Okay. We did not wipe. And ooh! Nice.
What is this vile presence I sense?
You fucking dropped the helm.
The horde draweth near. Be on your guard.
Oh no. Poor elephants. KZ finish Baja, or do the Baja guys show up even if he finished the quest line? Wasn't able to finish for. I've done none of that. I've done none of that content. The fact that I just have two of my fucking stun jumps is pretty great. The new stuff they had, Dragoon is nice. I can't wait to finally get my new combo enders. Then I'm gonna start going into monkey mode. Okay, anyone who gives in to despair just turns into those. Oh god, if their fucking mother turned into it. And then comes the rest of the family. Alright, we'll focus on you. Yeah, I do wonder, it's like, during the final days, just the entire beast tribe went extinct. That'd be fucked up. We got ourselves more loot. And none of it for me. But I will take that. Let's see. You know, we got a big clump. They're still moving. Have we stopped moving yet? We seemingly have stopped moving. Okay, let's get to it then. Yeah, I keep mashing that. It's opening up my second menu. I should probably adjust that now, knowing how often I shit my pants and hit that. You can expand cross hotbars by hitting L2 twice. So as a result, I'm fidgeting on it and activating things I shouldn't. For people wondering why boxes end up appearing. Please, excuse me. Dragon feels so nice now that you don't need to press Blood of the Dragon. That alone made it a grand improvement, but the fact that the kit gets that enhanced AoE first hit after you do a full rotation, an extra jump, and new enders for our other combos, I'm just like, yeah, this all feels great. Can't wait to get the rest of the new stuff. Oh wait, this is other stuff. There we go. Terminus Reeker. Actually, no, we don't have that shit up yet. I tried to get my tether for my eye, but we don't have that ready yet. Keep doing it. We have bottles. Do we want to get in them? It hit me really hard, so it seems like not. Seems to give some sort of a resistance. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Other than AoE, we definitely have to stand in it now. Yep, okay. Meaningless destruction. And our healer's dead. Oh, that takes us in there. We're supposed to stay close. My bad. Yo, I guess we'll stack. Try my best to get a little bit of health back. Yeah, I'm about to drop soon. Oh, that clemency helps, though. If we do the AoE here, it'd be pretty nice. Okay. Tanks are cracked out, so the fight doesn't immediately end despite our healer being dead. It's still gonna be tricky as hell. Okay, yeah, just stay closer, hand. Stack up. And that was too much for me. Alright, that's a wrap. How goes the fight against the Goonies? It was going somewhat okay, and then our healer died. And then we kinda sputtered for a minute. I'm impressed. I feel like we did like 25% without a heal. I keep missing inputs on trying to like leave shit. Here, let me have Serena targeted. Okay, that you're the one that's all the way in the front. Grant you my other eye so you can have slightly up damage.